Good morning and welcome to Margaret Stewart Artist, and welcome to my really small and messy studio. I had a friend recently ask about setups for plein air painting, and I thought I'd share my setup with you. So first of all, let's look over here. I have my substrates for painting, and I like to keep it small when I'm in plein air, but sometimes I can go up to 9 by 12 or 11 by 14. And the kinds of things I like to do are keep my substrates tiny and flat. So I have a tendency to really like, I like painting on gesso board. It's a nice, hard, firm substrate. I like painting on Centurion linen canvas, and I like the sort of, I don't like the oil primed canvas. I like the regular all-purpose primer, and those are really cool because they're nice and flexible, and I can put them on the wall when put them on the wall when I'm done, and they mount really easily onto hardboard. This is the gesso board. It's just a little pack of the 6x6. And another substrate I really like are these Pizarro butterfly panels, and they're super thin. Let me pull one out of here. They're really, really thin. They're just a piece of linen mounted onto a very thin piece of multimedia board, and usually I can paint just regularly on them and put them on my easel. Sometimes it's nice to tape them so that they are on the on a thicker board or a firmer board. And then I have some canvas panels. I got some fun sizes. This is 8x8, 4x12, 6x12. So just some fun sizes that I really like to play with. So those are the substrates. Of course, you'll need something to carry them in. So I can fit them into my backpack pre-painting, but you'll need to have something to take away your wet paintings with. So maybe a Raymar box. And hold on, I've got that right here. And the Raymars you can get in different sizes. There's some other solutions. The problem with these is that they tend to be, turn it around right, they tend to be specific for sizes. So you may need several boxes of them. The second thing I like to have is my little personal kit. So I usually have sunscreen, bug spray, a little first aid kit, and lip glue, as well as a hat. I don't have the hat here, but that's some nice lip glue that I got in New Mexico when I was at Ghost Ranch, and this is my little first aid kit. The next thing I have are my colors. So I use the aqua oils when I'm plein air painting, so I don't have to use the Gamsol. And so I usually try to keep it as light as I can. And so I have a blue, an ultramarine blue, a primary yellow, a titanium white. Right now I've got quinacridone scarlet, but sometimes I use naphthol or pyrrole. And I've got my Cobra oxide red, transparent oxide red, which is awesome. And I usually have a little container of cold wax to have fun with in the field. And I recommend getting the smaller tubes. I accidentally got the big tubes of the yellow and the blue, and they've lasted a very long time, but they're a little heavier than I'd like. The goal is to keep it light as possible and as compact as possible. The next thing is sort of random things. So I have my apron, a bag, a selection of plastic bags, and I usually have a carabiner clip for that. I have wipes, and I prefer baby wipes, but I've got the Chloralen wipes here. I have blue painter's tape a value finder, a color wheel. This is another sort of contrast and value finder. Just, it's a straight edge, but it's also red, and you can look through it and see what the contrast is. And also, sometimes I like a little just separate container for the water I use. Don't use that with Gamsol because it's plastic, but this is just a nice separate little thing, and it's just a peanut butter jar lid. I have an assortment of bungees. I have gloves. Moving on, I have this nifty little thing you can get online. It's the Palette Garage, and I've taken the Palette Garage and put it in a flat thing and put some Velcro inside, but it's just a piece of acrylic sort of corner protection, and you can just put your paints on that and a little bit of clove oil. It smells really good on the sides, on those little felt pads over there. You can use those little things for the bottoms of your chair, and that keeps the paint fresh, and you can just take it place to place, and that means you don't have to wipe down your palette completely every time and take away unused paint. So this is just nice and convenient. Oh, the other color I really like is my favorite color is this brilliant pink from Duo, and it's just really fun to throw in there, but that's not really part of my limited palette. It's just this bonus color. And then getting into the main compartment of my backpack, I have my umbrella and the umbrella fixins, which are right here, but I didn't put them in. So, oops, things are falling around back there. So anyway, so I just keep I keep my umbrella fixings in one of these cases. I have a walk stool. So this thing is so valuable. It is a sturdy stool. It is a little taller than your average camp stool, but it's super light. I can get it into my backpack, and it's just really convenient. I have bad knees, and this makes things really much easier. I have my tripod, and this is a Peak Design tripod. It is extremely compact, but also a little heavy, so there are lighter tripods out there, so go looking for them. It's a personal preference, believe it or not, to find the right tripod for yourself. I have a brush case that I zip up, and it fits right into my backpack. I have way more brushes in there than I need, so just think about that. You might probably get away with a few less brushes in a smaller case. I also have my favorite trusty RGM 81 palette knife, which is just the best. And that's this guy. And the squeegee from, oh boy, I can't remember, Princeton Catalyst. Moving along, paper towels. And you can go two ways. You can use the paper towels, and I really recommend the shop towels. They are much more absorbent for oil paint types of things, and they just really help. I have blue painter's tape. Oh, I got more blue painter's tape. Got 2 packs, and some clips that came with my Palette Garage. And then I have my easel and setup. So I have, if you were using regular oils, you would use Gamsol and have a metal container. I have my old vitamin D jar, but that's just water in there. This is my setup for, I have a perfect, oh gosh, what is it? I have a day tripper setup from Prolific Painter, and that is basically crossbars and a strut that you can put your painting panel on, and then the bottom is a really handy little thing that you can just hang off the edge of your of your tripod, and that gives you a really nice, setup, so you can have a large palette and some side tables, and it's fairly sturdy if you have the right tripod. My old tripod had a lot of foam around that part of the legs where the Day Tripper palette box sat, and it was not that sturdy, but my new Peak Design tripod has lots of stability, and these just go out and in and out and in, and you can just open this up and you can see this is a whole thing of palette area, so it's really nice. And so that is that. There's also over here this crazy little plastic box. There are ways to use plastic boxes like that so that you can get more compact ways of taking your wet paintings with you. That's really the challenge all the time. So this is my entire sort of what I take with me on the outings, and believe it or not, I get them all into or onto this backpack. And so this backpack is one of those tactical backpacks. I always joke that if the end of days comes, I can easily paint Armageddon. So what I've done here, they've got all the MOLLE straps, they've got a bazillion little compartments. I put my painter's, my palette buddy on here, my palette garage, through Velcro that I've just taken to the side. I put my struts down here on the side of the pack. My paints go in the bottom. My personal stuff goes in this top compartment. The outside deep compartment here, that would be the brushes and my substrates. And believe it or not, the stool, the tripod, the paper towels, the palette box, and a whole bunch of other stuff fits, and the umbrella fits into the big compartment. And you can see I definitely take this plein air painting because there's lots of leaves in the bottom of this. So that is how I set up for plein air painting, and I will pack this all up and show this again all packed up. Thanks. Bye. And welcome back to Margaret Stewart Artist, a video about the plein air setup I have. So here we are. We've got, I've packed up everything into my backpack, and I just opened up that Raymar box to show you a little bit more. The trick I really find is coming up with the right thing to carry my wet paintings with. And it's a challenge, and there are some really good tricks that I'm still trying to master that some of my friends and companions out in the field have come up with, and I'll try to deal with that for you another day. But here's one of those Raymar boxes, and you can see this is for 8, this is an 8x16, so it can take anything with 8 inches wide and up to 16 inches tall. And you can see that they're little, you can see these things in here, the little sliders that you can put 2 1/8 inch panels back to back, so that they are facing outward and they will be protected in each of those slots, and they won't touch the next one over. You can do it you can be a little bit less assertive with the numbers of paintings, but you can see how it holds, and then they just slide in. If the box goes around, you have a nice shoulder strap to hold. And here we have the backpack. So this is how I pack it up. We have first the outside pocket. I've put my wipes in there, I've put my gloves in there, and then I've put my bag with the paints in there, and then I just zip that on up, and I would zip it all the way. and go on with things. This is my pallet garage on the outside, and again, I just bought a roll of Velcro and some D-ring type things, and it's just like a 5-second make to have a little carrying straps that hold things. This top compartment is smaller, but it has all of my personal stuff, so my sunscreen, my first aid kit, etc. And that just nice, zips up nice, and I will often just shove my phone in there. The challenge is coming up with, if you have a bag or a wallet or something that you want to carry, it doesn't always fit in the bag, but anyway. So here is the middle compartment, the middle deep compartment, my brush carrier, and then I put my substrates in one of those plastic bags with the zipper bags that you get when you buy clothes online. So that's all my favorite leggings come from this company, and they give me great bags that I can use for everything. And then in the deepest, biggest compartment is where all the fun happens. So back here in the mesh bag, I have my plastic bags. I have all of those little tools like the clear straight edge, which I can use as a straight edge and as a lens to look through, and my little lid, some tape, all sorts of, a few clips, all sorts of good things like that. And then here in the main compartment, I have my apron, my bungees, because I tend to use a lot of the bungees, especially if I need to use the umbrella. And you can see my tripod, my walk stool, my paper towel roll, my water bottle, and then my umbrella bits. And basically that all closes. Zip it up, nice and easy, and go about my day. And then on the outside, I've got my crossbars for my tripod easel setup, so I can hang things there. And then I just pick it up. Let me see if I can get this taken care of here. And here we are, all zipped up, and just take it along and throw it over your shoulder. You can see I've got carabiners everywhere, and then you can carry that. What I do tend to find is that I will often have my big LL Bean tote, this guy, to handle the overflow. So it's usually not that heavy, but it has things like my rain jacket if I need it. It handles the chaos, because what happens when you open this crazy little backpack is that everything was nice and compact and had its place, and as soon as you open it up, wham, it all goes everywhere. So I try to just corral everything in that bag and go from there. So that is my setup, and I love it to death. I'm still looking for any way to make things lighter. I'm wrestling with my tripod because it is rather heavy, but it's so compact. And that is that. So thanks a lot.